Hey Terrarians, how's it going? My name is Pixelated Fireball, and welcome back to another episode of Terraria Journey's End. Oh yes, just enjoying a lovely afternoon day, sitting back and relaxing, petting my good new buddy, Ingrid. The good girl. The pup, I'm pretty sure it's a girl, I'm pretty sure Ingrid's a girl's name. We're just petting the pup right now. I got him, or her rather, the same way that I got the cat, the kitty, from the zoologist, and I believe it has something to do with how much of the bestiary you filled out, because I noticed that whenever you got enough slots filled out, you'd unlock the ability to also summon a pup, who you also are able to control where he or her lives. I believe there's a lot of different color variations, but I got one that looks a lot like a husky, and that's like one of my favorite kinds of dogs, so that's great. So yeah, everything's going pretty well. What? Oh, that thing. Oh yeah, I did a thing. I may or may not have killed a dungeon guardian. And I mean, look at those stats. Almost 30,000 life. But yeah, we accomplished it. And it was not easy, I will say. It took me a considerable amount of time because I had to use a hoik. And I don't really ever use that. I've never built one. I've never made a way to kill the dungeon guardian with a hoik, but let me tell you that I learned the hard way. We're gonna go over to the dungeon and I'll actually show you how exactly it was that I beat it, because it required a little bit of strategy and a little bit of perfect timing to actually be able to get him into the right spot to actually kill him. And it required an enormous amount of patience, because while I did not have a boomerang, the ball of hurt worked perfectly fine as well. I think maybe even better. Because, yeah, okay. Maybe I better equip my Spectre boots because for whatever reason I didn't have those equipped. Yeah, required a lot of time. Took about an hour and a half of time to kill him. But this is what I did. This be me hoik. Right here. Built a little area outside the dungeon, and I got my hoik nice and set up. There we go. Perfect. Once I got him stuck in there, worked out masterfully. Even though it took me about 3 tries to actually get him stuck in there, because a demon eye first found its way in. That's why I walled it off. And then a ghost, because apparently ghosts are summoned whenever you break gravestones. But this is how I had to do it. I had to go all the way down here, had to step into this exact little spot. And right here, Pixelated Fireball learned the hard way. The slime mount, this no longer works. They completely and totally patched that out. So those of you that want to summon a dungeon guardian to try to kill him to get the little pet, the bone key, those of you that want to do that, do not bother trying to use a slime mount because they patched it. But what I had to do, get him right here, get him to show up, try not to get another one to spawn in, and then I had to stop right here, let him follow me, teleport back up to the top, so this entire top part of the hoik is entirely irrelevant. And then, after I got him perfect, I had to get right up here and stop, wait for him to get dead center, and then I could keep going. Throw the ball of hurt out, and as you can see, probably not, it gets stuck in the middle, and it worked out perfectly fine. Like I said, it took about an hour and a half, and I'm very proud of myself that I did that, because I'm not saying I'm the first person to ever do, like, a Master Mode Dungeon Guardian, but I don't really see anybody else talking about it. It's the same principle, though. I guess for time efficiency, it would work better to do it in Classic Mode, just to not have to spend, like I said, an hour and a half trying to get him down, but there we go. So I've now got this little spinny fellow following me around on my adventures. Even though I do very much so love the suspicious grinning eye, I love the way it looks, I feel like this is more of a badge of honor. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep this fellow out for a while, but I'll hold on to the suspicious grinning eye because why not? He's a pretty cool guy. I also went and bought a quad barrel shotgun. It cost me about 54 gold, pretty much all of my gold that I had saved up to get it bought. I guess it's because the arms dealer was not quite fond of where he was living, but oh well, I got it to work out anyway because it is now time to go to the jungle and defeat the Queen Bee, who, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit concerned about. I imagine she is not going to be a cakewalk. I did sort of explore a little bit down, and I honestly could not have built this in a better place, because right there is the temple, and right over here are some beehives. So this house is just perfectly lined up to take me exactly where I need to go, eventually later on. But like I said, yes, it is now time to defeat the Queen Bee, and get some of that sweet, sweet loot. And, you know, if I was smart, I would have taken the time to build the arena right now so I could have gotten that out of the way. I wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. But you know what? I'm just a glutton for punishment because I know how horribly painful it is going to be to build this arena. So I'm going to grab some mahogany, some rich mahogany. I'm going to go down there and I'm going to build an arena. And I'm just going to jump to it because, you know, I want to spare you guys all of the, you know. Yeah, all that. So, as soon as I get the arena all nice and built up down there, I will skip ahead to it, and we will commence the great battle with the flying menace of the underground jungle. So I'll see you then. Alright, so we're back, and here we finally have a very decently sized arena for the queen bee. My idea was to just keep as much distance between me and her as humanly possible, and what you missed while I was building this is a blood moon showed up, and I got this thing called a chum caster. It's weaker than my sitting ducks fishing pole, which I got from the traveling merchant, but it increases a chance to fish up enemies during a blood moon, which will make finding other items a lot easier. Gonna make farming a lot faster, hopefully, because I'm sure there'll be a lot more blood moons. But anyway, the arena, like I said, I wanted to make as much space between me and Queen Bee as possible. I'm gonna be running in circles around a lot. Wanted a lot of maneuverability. So I put up some campfires and some sunflowers, a peace candle up there, just to keep enemy spawns under control, which it obviously does not seem to be doing, and just to give myself a little bit of an extra movement speed buff, which is probably going to be invaluable in fighting Queen Bee. Another thing that I did last minute was I decided to trade in the quad barrel shotgun for the mini shark, because the classic mini shark, I mean, who would ever want to choose a shotgun over a machine gun? I mean, come on now. I got all my potions ready, the place is relatively cleared out, it should be alright, this'll be fine. This'll be totally fine. So let's go in there and let's try to not get hit by all those bees flying around in there and use our potions and summon forth the Queen Bee. So, let's go. Buff up got through without getting hit. Hey, it looks like she's got a new sprite. Oh, is it that interesting? There we go, we're good. Using a mini shark for the Queen Bee. I cannot remember the last time that I did that. Oh, wait a minute. That man-eater just killed one of the bees. That's different. I don't quite remember it doing that. That's interesting. Hey, look at that, it killed one of the man-eaters. Are they like in opposition to each other? Are the bees an enemy? Oh my god, those stingers also got resprites, it looks like. Well, that's great. I get murdered by things that look better now, isn't that just special? Alright, Queen Bee, let's go. I am gonna run out of ammo before this thing decides to actually die. And then I guess I'll have to resort to my bow and arrow if that does happen. There we go, get across from her, that'll be good. Charge right into me, I can deal a pile of damage. Alright, let's go. Come on. Keep them coming. Keep them bees coming. She looks like she moves a little bit different as well. I don't know if you guys noticed that too, but it looks like she's kind of... She hovers around the arena a little bit instead of sitting in one spot, summoning her bees. I don't know if she always did that or not, but it seems like it to me. Good. I can just use the man-eaters to let her charge into them. That's fine. Alright, there we go. Come on, Queen Bee. Ah. Poison lasts a good while. Does a good bit of damage to me. I feel like I'm alright, though. I feel like things are gonna be okay. As long as I got this big area to work around in. I suppose I should probably keep my mini-map on so I can actually see her. Where she's at. She's half health. Half health, and I'm almost halfway out of ammo. Oh, I'm not really, but everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine, Queen Bee. You will not have my giblets today. This is probably going to be a longer video just simply because the Queen Bee is taking an eternity to kill. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, the Queen Bee has been defeated. Oh my goodness. Sorry for the little bit of silence there at the end, and probably gonna end up doing a jump cut there, but what actually happened was at the end of the last fight, I ended up dying. Just strictly because I ran out of ammo for my mini shark. Look at how much I used just out of this full stack that I had made. And I ran out of potions as well, so I made as many as possible. But it's alright because we got it. There is the Queen Bee statue. Now let's see what we got in the treasure bag. Okay, so we got some bee nades, bee wax, menacing hive pack, hive wand, bee hat, and the bee's knees. So I think it's pretty safe to assume that Skeletron is probably doomed. as we have all this stuff together. That is pretty fantastic. Let's go back up, and actually, I think we need to make a house for the Witch Doctor now. Create a little bit more space for him so he can move in and start selling us his mystical wares. Also, I'm pretty sure that the Dryad sells the Moonglow planter boxes, so I can add that to the collection of plants in my greenhouse that I'm making over there. Alrighty, yes, she does in fact sell some Moonglows. So let's buy 20 of them. I think that's about as wide as I made it. Let's head on back. Alright, deposit some of this stuff. I'm not gonna need these favored anymore. Let's make the Hornet Staff. We got ourselves a little Hornet Buddy to follow us around. A little bit of extra damage, that is fantastic. And it also looks like I'm able to make something called a Snap Thorn. 18 summon damage, your summons will focus strike enemies to gain attack speed. So, I'm guessing that it is similar to what is sold by the Zoologist. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Leather Whip. Your summons will focus struck enemies, die monsters. So it looks like whips are like a new type of summoning weapon, perhaps, since they deal summoning damage. I might make that just to see what it does. Snap Thorn. Oh my. Look at that. Whack. Let's throw that up there. We'll use that at some point, probably against Skeletron, who is going to be the next one that we face off against, I believe, because now we are pretty much running out of things to do in pre-hard mode. Just Skeletron going through the dungeon, exploring the underworld, and then killing the Wall of Flesh, and then we're in hard mode already. Making some serious progress. That's what I like to see. Well, I suppose what's left to do now is just head over to the dungeon and face off against Skeletron. Like I said, we're going to have to see how the new Snap Thorn works against him, and the bee's knees and my bee and all the stuff. We should be ready to go. I don't know why I'm running. I can just teleport over here and then, well, not over here, the other way. Run over there and see what's up. I'm probably going to end up building my arena for him off camera. It's just going to end up being a bunch of platforms all together with some campfires. As always, the standard protocol for fighting against Skeletron in the dungeon. So, like I said, I'm just going to make the arena off camera, and I will see you guys whenever it is time. Ooh, an apple. Totally sidetracked. Okay, that's pretty cool. But anyway, like I said, without getting sidetracked again, I will see you guys whenever I am done making the arena for old Skeletron. So I'll see you then. Alright, so it's just about nighttime. This arena ought to be sufficient. Thankfully, I had a dungeon that spawned right next to a desert, so there's lots of space for me over to the left and to the right. In the event that I do get chased a little bit too far off the platform by Skeletron, I set my spawn point down here at this little bed, and I can just use my teleportation potions to blink back over there. Hopefully he doesn't despawn. If I get too far away, I might end up running back, but I think this ought to be good enough. I have a whole pile of potions. I have all my summons ready. Everything should be good to go. Probably going to take a long time to kill because he's probably got 3 times or maybe 2 times as much health as he normally would have in expert mode. So yeah, not really looking forward to all that, but we should be good to go. So what say you, old man? Come back at night if you wish to enter. Well, I don't know. Does anybody ever really wish to enter in there? The Tavern Keep's just down here chilling. No wonder Tordak has so many accidents you can't imagine how much ale he buys from me. You, sir, are an enabler. And that is a problem. Please do not give the man with instantaneous free access to all forms of explosive devices simple, easy access to copious amounts of alcohol. That's not good. Alright, the music has changed. Let's run down there quickly and get this started. Buff up. I want to have as much time as possible. Alright, old man. Buff up. Let's go. There we go. Skeletron, we are ready. Oh, he almost got hit by a fallen star right from the very beginning, too. That's absolutely hilarious. Alright, so he still does a ridiculous amount of damage. Let's get rid of that. Skeletron, I have your baby. I have your future in my hands. Get away from the hands. Speaking of hands. Ah. His hands are moving in a way that I'm not used to. Normally they're dead by now. Just keep running. Just gotta keep on running. Let's try to get them down at least around about the same time. It'd be really great if one of those fallen stars did actually hit him. That'd be just fantastic. Let's heal. Let's use our whip. Doesn't have very much range. There we go. Focus on his hands. I don't want you to worry about his head. His head's useless right now. I mean, his head's useless all the time, but his head's even more useless right now. Got an empty head, Skeletron. I'm probably just making him angry. Look at him raising the roof over there. Oh, Skeletron. Wild party animal. Alright, the hands are going down. I keep getting hit by his head. That's a no-no. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble just not doing that. Keep trying to headbutt me. It's cheap moves, Skeletron. Cheap moves. All right, the hands are about down. No more raising the roof for you. He has got an enormous amount of health, just like I imagined. It's like over 10,000 HP. I did it again. Why did I do it again? I couldn't tell you. That is quite the homing skull he's got there. All right, let's deploy bee nades. Let's deploy the bees. Deploy the bee nades. Go bees. Deal enormous amounts of damage to his head. Go. Go bees. Ah. Get his head. Get his head. Get him. Get him. There we go. All that damage. All that sweet damage. I gotta not get hit by the skulls. Pay attention to the skulls. All right, here we go. He's almost dead. Come on, Skeletron. Feel the might of the bees. There we go. Oh my god, I got a possessed skull. A skull with unimaginable power dulled. Oh my god, that is absolutely adorable. I have a baby Skeletron. I think I just might have found my new favorite. I love these little pets that they have. And the fact that I can even dye them too. Eventually, his head spins. Oh my god, I biggest smile in the world. I can't even describe it right now. Okay, let's open up the treasure bag. We got the bone glove, we got the book of skulls, and the dungeon is now finally open to us. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Disembodied bones of a former tyrant, pulsed with a hatred so strong it left behind a mighty curse which guards the dungeon. And there's these guys. They sort of look very, very similar. Almost the exact same. I couldn't tell if he got an update to his sprite as well. I don't know. It sort of looks like it did. I don't know if I want to stick with the... I don't even know if I want to stick with the bone key or the possessed skull. I have an angry little bone man following me around. And the cloth ear is free to show up as an NPC now. So we have 2 now that we have to build houses for. That is just absolutely fantastic. Well, the video is a little bit on the short side, but I don't really want to go into the dungeon right now. I feel like that would definitely take a little bit too much time, and I don't know if they've changed anything, if there's anything new in the dungeon waiting for me. I heard that there were some updates to a lot of the items that the chests drop, so we're gonna have to take a look at that at some point, but probably gonna be in the next video, because like I said, I don't want to end up running this video too terribly long. So, although it is a short video, I think I'm gonna call it an episode here, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking me out. I really appreciate it, and as always, whatever it is, wherever you are, day or night, I hope you're having a good one of those. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.